Hi, I am Saljo Joseph with another video on Act 4 Scene 1 of The Tempest, one of the plays of a great dramatist, William Shakespeare. In the first part of Act 4, we have already seen the marches on progress after the betrothal of Ferdinand and Miranda. And the goddesses from the Greek and Roman mythologies were present to bless the newly wedded couple. Iris, the goddess of rainbow. Ceres, the goddess of prosperity and abundance. Juno, the queen of all goddesses. Wisdom, love, prosperity, abundance, long life, riches and happiness in marriage. Ferdinand is really awe-stricken and wonders whether all these are spirits at all. Prospero tells him that they are really spirits and they are summoned here from the regions to which they are confined to carry out Prospero's fanciful designs. At this point of time, Juno and Ceres sent Iris to call nymphs called naiads, denizens of the running stream, to arrange country dance. The second part of the scene starts from when Prospero recollects suddenly the conspiracy on his life by Caliban, Stephano and Tringulo. He calls an abrupt end to the festivities and the spirits vanish. Miranda is surprised to see his father so distracted and angry. Ferdinand is unsettled by Prospero's change in his behavior. Prospero reassures him, saying that an end must come to all things. The masque is over, and those who took part in it have returned to the spirit's world from where they came. Here Shakespeare gives a great thought through the words of Prospero that everything that we see today will give way for new things. Towers rising into their skies, magnificent palaces of the great, sacred edifices of the universe, and all that is in it shall vanish utterly, and nothing will remain, not a trace of the past glory. Life is but a dream, a momentary interval of movement in unending sleep, and we ourselves are as phantoms we behold in our slumber. Prospero reminds Ferdinand that nothing is permanent in this world. We human beings have an existence which is as unreal as dream, and our short life ends in death. We do not know anything about our existence before this life, nor do we know anything about our future existence. Before and after are the two spells of sleep. In between these, there is a dream which is our life. Then he advises Ferdinand not to get disturbed by what he sees. He is troubled with old memories and asks the newly wedded couple to go and take rest in his house. Thereafter he calls Ariel, his faithful servant, and inquires about the whereabouts of Caliban. Ariel informs Prospero that they, Caliban, Stephano and Tringulo, were heavily drunk and looked so full of valor under the effect of wine. Even under the effect of intoxication, they are determined to kill Prospero. Therefore Ariel has charmed their ears with music, and they followed the music through pricky shrubs and thorns which pierced their unprotected skins. At last Ariel left them beyond Prospero's cell in a pool. which is covered with a filthy coating of duckweed and scum, where they are dancing wildly. Prospero appreciates Ariel's good work and asks him to fetch the shining apparel from his house to deceive them like a bait to catch the birds. Prospero opines about Caliban that he is a devil whose nature was from the very first devilish, of whom education slips off, glides as water glides off a smooth surface without adhering at all. As Caliban grows old and conquered, his mind becomes as crooked as his body. Prospero decides to torture them all until they roar with pain. He now orders Ariel to hang some glitzy garments on a time tree to divert attention of the conspirators. The conspirators arrive with the intention of murdering Prospero. Stefano and Trinculo are feeling very unhappy over the loss of their wine bottles which they dropped in the pond. Caliban again and again reminds them of the project they have to execute. Just at that time, Trinculo catches sight of the splendid wardrobe hanging on the tree. He draws Stefano's attention to it. They are both fascinated by this splendid display. They get busy in grabbing as many garments as they can lay their hands upon. Caliban repeatedly urges them not to waste their time, instead go ahead with the plot to murder Prospero. But Stefano and Trinculo pay little attention to the appeals of Caliban. At this stage, a number of spirits appear in the shape of dogs and hounds. Under Prospero's direction, these dogs and hounds chase away the conspirators, who took their heels in a state of confusion. Prospero then gives an order to his spirits to torment the conspirators in every way possible. Then Prospero promises freedom for Ariel once all the work is done.